Okay now.
To person between my pen.
I see.
I see what I don't wait for game.
Okay.
I want you to give you. One day, you get out. Mama said, I want to go. I can now move the lumber. Oh, where would he get? I got it on every
all right. Pardon me. All right, so let's just launch straight into it. We don't want to be long and labored with the music today. So we don't want to be long or labored with the music today. So we don't want to be long and winding with the music. So what we will be long and winding with is this campaign that we embarked upon. It's the freedom of this gentleman on your screen. This image, this picture that you're seeing on your screen, that is a gentleman called DELE Speaks, who is in incarceration at the moment. So why is he being held? It was held because he called out a preacher man called Reverend Ebuka. So he called out this preacher man for their usual 419 prophecies, and through the weight of that guy's influence, he's had him locked up. So when did this happen? This happened in April. So that is in the first quarter of this year. And this gentleman on your screen now, DELE, he's been in custody ever since. So that's where we're starting it off. We're starting it off with a campaign for the freedom of DELE. So on whichever social media space you do go to, always go with the hashtag Free DELE Speaks. So Free DELE Speaks. So Free DELE Speaks. So that's that. That's the campaign we're embarked on. That's the campaign we're embarked on. So that is the campaign, and this is the campaign now. So here it is. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. And how are you? So we always start with that. So Merry Christmas as well. You must wonder if this guy has a life, even on well, it's virtually Christmas now in about 3-4 minutes, and it's here streaming still. You know, it's almost like an addiction, this thing now. I started doing it as a hobby, and now it's turned into somewhat. I think I must have an addictive personality. I almost have withdrawal symptoms if I don't do it. So we just have a snapshot little session just to keep the momentum going. So Merry Christmas to you, CC. Merry Christmas to everyone that is inclined towards that sort of thing. Not everybody is inclined towards Christmas, but if Christmas is your inclination, then Merry Christmas to you. So if Christmas is your inclination, then Merry Christmas to you. So we just go through a whole. I'll run you through a few items. A lot of them will be just headlines alone, and then after that we play a few clips, and then hopefully we have a little bit of a conversation, and then we'll say our goodbyes. So let's kick it off with let's kick it off with this one. So let's kick it off with this one. So we're still with the DELE Farotimi space, but for the DELE Farotimi supporters, a little bit of somewhat good news. It looks as though now the Rasta man, the Rastafarian, or the wannabe Rastafarian, pardon me. So it looks as though the wannabe Rastafarian will be spending Christmas with his family after all. So that is DELE Farotimi right there. Those images there are, of course, it's central to the picture. You all know what he looks like. It looks as though he has perfected the conditions of his bail, and he has now been released. So there it is. Nigerian lawyer DELE Farotimi, incarcerated over alleged defamation, finally leaves Ekiti prison after perfecting bail. So I'm not sure if there's much more to be gleaned from that than just this. Notable is this image now to his left. His right, if you are looking at, yes, that would be to his right, because I'm looking in this direction, aren't I? So yeah, is that to his left or to his right? I can't quite tell. Notable is this image right here. You can see where my cursor is. That is Tanko something or the other. He's one of the spokespersons of it's the main spokesperson of the Obi movement, whatever that is. The obedient movement is the main. I beg your pardon. Just give me 1 second. Let me just play you this music. I just need to take this call. Just give me 1 microsecond. All right. Sorry about all that. So as I was saying, our latter-day Rastafarian DELE Farotimi now leaves custody just in time to spend Christmas with his family. Quite a few people actually wanted him to have a Christmas. We wanted to pay his bills for Christmas, by way of him spending it in the fullness of whatever custody had to offer. So sorry, I beg your pardon. You can hear me rattling about. I'm never really fully prepared, even though I start as late as I possibly can do. Never really fully prepared. So that's DELE Farotimi right there being released. A Nigerian lawyer, DELE Farotimi, incarcerated over alleged defamation, finally leaves Ekiti prison after perfecting bail. So let's just whisk through. Human rights lawyer DELE Farotimi has finally been released from Ado Ekiti custodial sentence, where he had been incarcerated for weeks over alleged defamation. Farotimi was arrested following a petition by lawyer chief Afe Babalola'S SAN alleging defamation. However, our correspondents learned on Tuesday morning that Farotimi had finally been released after perfecting his bail. So there's a lot of rumors and speculation that Peter Obi stood shorty for that 30 million naira bill that was leveled against him. So there's a speculation. I'm not sure that it's been formally confirmed, but there's the speculation that Peter Obi stood shorty for the bill bond, which is 30 million naira. It says hold on. It says, however, on Tuesday morning, correspondents learned that on Tuesday morning, Farotimi had finally been released after perfecting his bail. Correspondents reported on Sunday that despite being granted bail by both the Federal High Court in Ado Ekiti and on cybercrime charges brought by the Nigerian police and a magistrate court in Ado Ekiti on criminal defamation charges, Farotimi remained in detention at the Ado Ekiti Correctional Center. Sources told correspondents that though Justice Barb Kuwumi of the Federal High Court in Ekiti granted DELE Farotimi bail application on December the 9th, 2024, his release has been delayed due to bureaucratic hurdles. The court needed to verify documents submitted by his sureties with banks and government agencies, which was only completed last Friday. However, the judge has yet to sign off on these documents, preventing the prison authorities from releasing Farotimi, one of the sources said. Following the Ekiti Magistrate Court's decision to grant Farotimi bail last Friday, December the 20th, the magistrate presiding over the matter, Abayomi Adeosun, departed after the proceedings without completing the necessary bail formalities, further delaying Farotimi's release. It was also learned. So that right there, as I said in a previous stream, is essentially a punitive move, because the judge knew full well that if he left the premises, then that guy stays in the prison over the weekend. And this is a high-profile case, so he knew what he was doing. Farotimi is facing trial into court on charges bordering on alleged defamation of Afe Babalola. So, essentially, that's the news, isn't it? So that's Farotimi now out of jail. So that's Farotimi now out of jail. I think we may actually have a clip of him just now coming out of jail. Do we have a clip of the Rasta man coming out of jail? We do have the clip of him coming out of jail, but we may not have uploaded it. So is this it? Oh, but you would have seen it anyway, and we'll probably play it to you in the course of this session. So we will probably play it to you in the course of this session. But actually, let me play you this clip. Actually, let me play you this clip. I'll play you this clip as the precursor to the next article that I'm going to read you. So this is so we dealt with the story of Sharia law being surreptitiously introduced into the Oyo State legal structures, judicial structures by the Islamic movement of Nigeria or whatever. So in essence, they are trying to introduce Sharia law into Oyo State. But how is Oyo State positioned? So here is the governor of that state taking a position.
Ìwò pé ọ̀rọ̀ Sharia ni wọ́n tún gbé wá ní Ọ̀yọ́, wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ ní pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Sharia court kìíní kankan. And I said, people may try, but for me, near Ọ̀yọ́ State, laws as a constitution of Nigeria is what I swore to uphold, and if they are within the law, fine. But if they are not, they should expect that I will insist that the law must be followed. Then, so, they're using this opportunity to say to people.
Okay, so that's the stance of the Oyo State governor right there. So there's not much more in that article. So I think we take that as a response. I'm only really taking that as a response because I want to go through as many articles as I can. And then if people turn up, we have a bit of a conversation and then we'll call it a day. So this one now next, the chat with the media by your president, Bola Tinubu. President Tinubu media chat, 5 things you need to know. So the outtakes from that media interaction. I don't think anything especially earth-moving came out of that space, but it's just really the fact that it's engaging with the populace, and of course, via engaging with the populace then they're then able to invest more confidence in him because they're hearing him reaffirm his position and give explanations to them. So there's nothing that citizens want more than that frontal engagement. You know, with Buhari, I think we only had 2 media interactions in the entirety of his 8 years. It was Femi Adesina that was telling us what the Mala was saying. So yes, President Tinubu media chat, 5 things you need to know. So what are they? President Bola Tinubu's first media chat has provided valuable insights into his administration's stance on critical national issues. During the media chat, the president touched on several areas of his administration, from security to the economy and the 2025 budget. Here are some of the things about the media chat you should know. A stampede incident and responsible giving. So I think we already got that in a previous stream. Progress in tackling insecurity. The president expressed optimism about the current security architecture, citing notable improvements in previously volatile regions. He acknowledged the country's dark past, but emphasized that his administration is committed to restoring peace and stability. So I think Tinubu will deal with those people frontally. If you do anyhow, you'll see anyhow. Is that not the saying? removal of fuel subsidy and forex harmonization. So these are his two most controversial yet of all of his policies, and I think he doubled down on that as well. On those as well. Tinubu defended his administration's decision to remove the fuel subsidy and harmonize foreign exchange rates. He described these measures as necessary steps for Nigeria's economic recovery, emphasizing that the country can no longer afford the subsidized fuel for the entire West African region. So there it is right there. So he doubles down. And then tax reform bill for modern economy. So curiously, this actually has, at least within the South, it has somewhat of a universal adaptation. This particular, apparently, if there's anybody these people hate more than us, it's the Malams. So this is what we're seeing. Tax reform bills for modern economy, the president reaffirmed his commitment to implementing comprehensive tax reforms aimed at aligning Nigeria's economy with global standards. He emphasized the importance of creating an efficient tax system that fosters economic growth whilst reducing dependency on oil revenue. There's actually a wider plan to this tax bill, to this tax reforms. So what Tinubu is actually trying to do with these tax reforms is not actually going to increase any taxes by any significance, but he's going to coordinate the collection of taxes so firmly and with technology that there are very little chances of leakages anymore. So the taxes will not be coming in directly to where they should come in, and it is from those taxes that he will service the local economy, and with the foreign exchange, he will then do the big impact things. I think those are the broad strokes of where he is. But he doubles down on that, as we all know. Expected impact of his reforms. Tinubu acknowledged the temporary hardship caused by his administration's policy, but urged Nigerians to remain patient and hopeful. He emphasized that the reforms are essential for the country's long-term growth and prosperity. So there it is right there. So I think there is nothing new really that came out. Was there really? Not that our policy will be delivered or broken or introduced at a media chart, but really it was that opportunity for the governed to frontally engage with their governors. So it's the opportunity for the governed to frontally engage with their governors. So the governed engage with their governors. Court bars Wike orders from Abuja land dispute. I think this might well be the Rita Lorry case. Is it? If it's not the Rita Lorry case, then it's not really what's there for. Is it Rita Lorry? So that's Wike still land grabbing in Abuja anyway. So that's that. So that's that. Let's go on from that to this. Makinde to allow Sharia court in Oyo give major conditions. So I'm not sure that you see. This is where news gets lost in the funk. We heard what is said, but now let's see how it's been interpreted. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has acknowledged plans by Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has acknowledged plans to inaugurate a Sharia court in the state. However, the governor emphasized that such move must comply with the Nigerian Constitution. So the Nigerian Constitution does facilitate for Sharia. We have it all over the north. As reported by correspondents, the Supreme Council of Sharia in Nigeria, Oyo State chapter, will inaugurate the court by January the 11th, 2025. This development has sparked mixed reactions, while some Southwest youths opposing the initiative, citing concerns about extremism and questioning its benefits to the region. In a video shared by his special advisor on media, whatever his name is, Makinde clarified, I said that some people may try, but for me, the law and constitution of Nigeria are what I am sworn to. If they are within the law, fine. But if they are not, they should expect that I will insist that the law must be followed. So I don't think he gave any conditions. So what were the conditions given there? So That's just the sort of lazy journalism we get in Nigeria. Lazy journalism we get in Nigeria. Let's go on from that to this one. So this one now, I never thought the day will come that this will appear as a headline. Court remands Queen Naomi and Oriyomi Hamzat for prison. That should be, it's in Pidgin. So this is from the BBC. I was wondering why they couldn't spell grammar. So the court have actually remanded the Olori in prison. So I didn't think oh God, what's happened now? It's all these cookies that they're always asking you to click on. I didn't actually think that the day would ever come that somebody of this seniority would be in prison. But there it is. What sort of custody are they able to? Is he going to be put in the same facilities as the hoi polloi? I hope not. Is he going to be put in the same space as the smellies and the dirties? Justice Olabisi Ogunkanmi, this is in Pidgin, of the Iyaganku Magistrate Court in Ibadan, Oyo State, don't order the remand of former Ile-Ife Queen Naomi Shilekonola and Oriyomi Hamzat, will be senior manager of one radio station in Ibadan for custody. The judge will also order the Oga of Islamic High School for Bashorun Ibadan to make into the remand. Now for Agodi prison in Oyo, them go day until them hear their cases again. My goodness me. So there it is right there. The Queen of Yoruba land now locked up in one of the preeminent Yoruba cities. It's almost unbelievable, because if you want to identify that there is one Queen of Yoruba land, it is that lady right there on your screen. So the Queen of Yoruba land now in custody in Ibadan under a Yoruba government as well. Not that Tinubu is a Yoruba government, but the president being a Yoruba man as well. So we can't even blame the Malas for this one. It's the thing. EFCC petitions to probe Lagos Speaker over alleged 17 billion gate scam. So if they want to start probing this, is it Mudashiru Obasa? I think they can open a file on him, and that file will never be shut. This guy is a rank criminal, as criminal as they get. This guy. They say you shouldn't be saying things like that anymore. That cyberbullying. EFCC petitions to probe Lagos Speaker over alleged 17 billion gate scam. So what's the scam? The United Actions for Democracy and Society Against Illegal Demolition and Forced Eviction have petitioned the EFCC to investigate the Speaker of Lagos State, Mudashiru Obasa, on the allegation of spending 17 billion on the assembly gate. So I don't know if even if the gate was made of gold, I'm not quite sure how that's possible. In a joint press conference held in Lagos, the group demanded that all the previous allegations against the speaker must be investigated and the outcome made public. A few days ago, a group, Lagos State Anti-Corruption Coalition, also accused the assembly of spending the amount to construct a gate. It sought an investigation of the claim, but the speaker has since denied the allegations, calling it spurious and funny. The secretary of the Society Against Illegal Demolition and Forced Eviction, Opeyemi Ogunlami, who spoke for the two groups, said the irritating impunities going on in Lagos State government is not only disheartening but alarming, noting that active citizens and revolutionaries must start beaming their satellites onto the heinous crimes going on with those supposedly elected leaders of the people. They are not only rulers but ruiners, whose only interest is to grab power and primitive wealth, whilst the people perish in serious pain, hardships, and poverty. This is the prelude to our disgust against the fact that the speaker is being shielded over a fresh allegation that he used 15 billion naira to rebuild a gate that is not actually worth more than 15 million naira. So maybe they got the zeros wrong. I cannot imagine that no matter how sturdy or how high quality the materials are, I cannot believe that a gate would have been built for 15 billion. Even the whole assembly building. How much did they spend on renovating Shetima's house? Was it 20 billion? And they are spending 15 billion to build a gate in Lagos. So, but this guy, like I said, is just even looking at him. You already look at that. Is that not the face of a criminal right there? I mean, even his face tells you what his intention. Will any good come out of a person that looks like this? Impossible, isn't it? No good can ever come out of a person that looks like this. And this is what we're witnessing: 15 billion naira to build a gate. I mean, it's almost ungodly, actually. The more you think about it, the more damning it is. But I think that's it now. Is that all the? Yes, I think that may well be it. Is that it? Yes, I think that may well be it. I thought I had more. Oh yes, we've done the. Did I have this? Yes, I think that's it. All right. So that's it. I'll play you a few clips. I'll send the link in. If you want a little bit of a chatty chat, then hop on. So if you want a little bit of a chatty, then hop on. Let me send the link, and then we'll take it from there. I'll play you the clips that we do have, and then we'll take it from there. Let's all right, let's actually start it off with this. Oh, I didn't know my camera was off. This video that I'm about to play you now got the guy who put it out there into serious trouble amongst his community, within his community. So this guy now is wanted and on the run, is in hiding even, or as a result of this video. So watch very carefully, and then you'll understand why. The guy in this video now is on the run and in hiding as a result of this video. Watch this.
So I posted a video about the richest tribe in Nigeria, and in that video I stated that the Yoruba tribe is the richest tribe in Nigeria. Unfortunately, some people are not happy with it. A certain Igbo guy sent me a message telling me not to step my feet in Igbo land again, that I should remain in Lagos, that I'm a slave, coupled with the other unnecessary insults that followed with the message. But it's funny to me, again, I'm not going to speak much on that message because I don't think anybody has right to tell me not to step my feet in Igbo land. Okay, now let's focus on the topic. Based on what I stated in that video, the Yoruba tribe is the richest tribe, and I'm going to say it again. The Yoruba tribe is the richest tribe in Nigeria. And to be clear, I posted that video because my TikTok follower requested for it. One of my TikTok followers. Okay, again, let's go back to the topic. When it comes to business, the Yorubas control business, the Igbos control trade. Mind you, business and trade are not the same, even though they are familiar. Both of them can interchange, all right, but they are different. Okay, it's just like, nose and mouth, but we know that they are different. At the end of the day, the Igbos control trade, which makes them the middlemen of business in Nigeria. They are standing between manufacturer and a buyer. The Igbos can be referred to as distributors, while the Yorubas can be referred to as manufacturers. Let me dive deeper. When it comes to political wealth between the Yorubas and the Igbos, the Yorubas can beat the Igbos hands down when it comes to political wealth. No Igbo man, as of 2024, can stand Olusegun Obasanjo and the current president of Nigeria, Tinubu. Political influence and political wealth, no Igbo man can stand them. Currently, the richest Igbo man, as long as political wealth is concerned, is Ojuzo Kalu and this guy in Imo State, Rochas. Hope Uzodinma, Peter Obi, Chris Ngige, David Umahi. Who else? I'm talking about political wealth now. Who else? Soludo, because he was former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. Who else? Like, make it make sense. On business side, the Yorubas versus the Igbos. The richest Igbo man is Ato Eze. And this is the list of the richest Igbos. The richest Yoruba man is Michael Adonoga. Net worth of the richest Yoruba man is about $6.5 billion, according to public information. The net worth of the richest Igbo man, Ato Eze, about 15 billion naira. Yet, the richest Yoruba man can beat the richest Igbo man, hands down. Now, let's talk about tech guys, tech money. Take a look at the list of richest tech guys in Nigeria. The Yorubas dominate. Take a look at, forex traders. This is based on, tech, crypto, and entrepreneurship. All right. The richest crypto guys, the Yorubas dominate as well. Now, and please, for God's sake, do not tell me about Igbos that are secretly rich, claiming that they are hiding their wealth, they don't want attention. No. We know for a fact that some people can hide their wealth. But once you hit $1 billion, I don't think you can hide your wealth. Even if you hide your wealth, your company, your asset cannot be hidden as well. Obviously, people like BlackRock, they are not on the list of richest people, but we know their company. So if you are rich in Igbo land today, but your wealth is not well known, your net worth is not well known, your company is well known. So definitely, if any Igbo person is rich, whether he's in trade fair or Alaba, if he is worth $1 billion, we will know, regardless. Richest family in Nigeria. The Igbos are there, the Yorubas are there, the Hausas are there. You can see the list by yourself and check out who is dominating the list. Now, on the list of richest Nigerian women, Alakija is number 1 from the Yoruba tribe. Alison Madike is from the Igbo tribe. Stella Udo is from the Igbo tribe. But these two women, they made their money through politics. And we know for a fact that Alison Madike is under investigation for the longest of time now because of corruption. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the current Director General of World Trade Organization, she is there based on merit, not based on money. Alright? So, at the end of the day,
all right, it goes on for quite a few more minutes, but I think you get the gist of where that guy is going. But But I think it's now time to call. I think the time is now right to call time on this Igbo versus Yoruba sort of comparisons. It serves no purpose other than to deepen the divide. And if you want to look at the success matrix, it's not even the Igbos that the Yorubas are contending with. It's probably the African Americans. Because the Yorubas, they're the richest black ethnic groups globally, maybe outside of the African Americans, but it's not yet been fully audited yet, the net worth of both sides. But the only real content, I mean, look at it now. Forbes just released the list of the richest blacks in America within tech sector, whatever. It's all Yoruba names and Nigerian names. So all these are Igbos. You forget all that. The wealth that the Yorubas have is actually, they are the richest by far ethnic group in Africa of legitimate means. That is, of course, we are not talking about people like Babangida, who we don't know how much he is worth, and we never will know, or people like Abacha, who tells us that may God never let him be as poor as Dangote and all that. So we don't know of illicit wealth. But wealth that can be legitimately quantified, there's not even, I don't even think the Yorubas have ever really given consideration, and there should no consideration should be given to a contention with the Southeasterners. is more like a global space. They are by far and a clear distance the richest ethnic group in Africa, the richest Black ethnic group by a distance, because you can't quantify the Black Americans as an ethnic group. So the richest by a humongous distance a Black ethnic group globally are the Southwesterners. So all this, it's an unfair comparison, and it's one that should not be done. It's an unfair comparison, and it's one that should not be done. So let's go on from there. Move on quickly to this one. This one now still tells you about the political craftsmanship of a certain character.
I will explain why they continue to Jagaba. Let you know. Say this man, no be honorary man. Not be man will say, see, I don't make research. This man, no protest feet mover. This man, no body feet remover from that seat. He will rule 8 years, nothing fit shaker. Now, make I break it down, make you understand the thing. Now, when we first start with Abacha, when Abacha become chief of army staff, the time of them Abiola and the rest, Abacha don't already get this thing for mind. Say, he will become a president. He then lawyer to Babangida. They do their game at the end. Babangida say, okay, I don't drop power. That's all Abacha say, no, do election. Abacha don't call out the war share. As I do, before you know, Abacha pick the power. But show everybody. That time, if you watch closely, Jagaba there with Abiola. Don't they hide this political power? Don't they hire? Now, as if it be like this, Abacha take over. Now, Jagaba say that lie, no way. Now enter pressure. Imagine person be say, he pressure person get power as strong as Abacha. Jagaba follow him, bomber to bomber. Abacha call himself and say, man, blast this guy a threat to me. That's all Jagaba the other ground. As Nadeko, that's all this Baba they write letter on the ground. Jagaba they attack Abacha. Bomber to bomber, they give Abacha with the general where Abacha be, this guy follow him. They give him with other people back up. That's why they give Abacha back to back. They write international body. That's why they attack Abacha and say, who be this guy? Now Abacha so yeah, when they get out. That's what this guy, before you know, Jagaba move. You know that kind of person, smart, intelligent man. He move. That's all. He go US, take a salon. For their region already. He join body with other activists. That's what they give Abacha. With the pressure and everything, before you know, Abacha go down. So Abacha go down. That's what this man enter. He come back. As he come back, to say this guy not they give up for fight. They bring
all right, that guy goes on for another 4 more minutes, but it doesn't quite have the sophistry that I thought it would have. It sounds like just some Agbero guy. So let's just leave that there and move on fairly quickly. We move on fairly quickly. We move on to this one. Next one up. Watch this.
And I think, you see, the issue is not about the decision that the president took. This is not even the issue during this debate yesterday. It is about how he feels about the decision that he took and how it has impacted Nigerians. People will tell you that Nigerians are struggling, that things are difficult. But I think one should even, it's beyond things being difficult for Nigerians. Nigerians are fighting for their survival. Their lives are at stake. A lot of them cannot carry out meaningful social existence. So it's not just about things being difficult. And the president, I think, was expected to understand the level, the depth, the gravity of what Nigerians are going through. And it appears like, it's like, again, the analogy I gave about the father in the home. He goes and buys a new car. And yet he has expressed, he has said he had to take a decision, and then he forgets that the children's school fees have not been paid, and the children are watching. So Nigerians are watching, and they are looking at their father, who in this case, metaphorically speaking, is the president of the country also. So you look at so many things, and I think what Nigerians want to do is to see their leaders also acknowledging the fact that things are difficult and so on, but also depriving themselves of certain things too. It is when that happens that you also realize that they are really feeling it. Mm-hmm. I will give you an instance, and maybe they've not thought about it. the issue of CNG gas. It's important. I mean, it's a good thing. It's one of the things that the government, in order to cut down on the cost of fuel, for instance, it will cut it down, reduce it by as much as maybe 60%. Now you know how that would affect the economy really in terms of the prices of goods and all that, especially if you can, have that across the country, many vehicles having access to, CNG. But the question I want to ask, and maybe people have not thought about it, you would expect if you want to lead, you lead by example. We want the president to ride in a car using CNG. The governors, the ministers, it has not occurred to anybody. I'm not sure. When the Chinese were trying to develop, and they had, of course, in those days, it took about 40 years to get to where they are today. But sacrifices.
All right. I would suggest that that's an altogether an unreasonable expectation that the president should be riding around in a CNG car. What sort of a nonsense is that? Moving swiftly on.
You are welcome to Area 5 of Port Harcourt Refinery. What we have done here is a complete revamp of the old Port Harcourt Refinery. The plant is fully on stream and producing very good quality products, and we're trucking out. We have AGO in the pipeline, we're producing PMS, we're producing Kero too, so all that will go out.
I'm happy with what I've seen, and I could remember in 2022 when we came into this project. It was something that a lot of people believed it will never work. But what was my motivation? My motivation was my career started from here. With what I've seen today, that all the pumps changed, the compressor changed, and all the power plant and everything I've seen, is more or less that a new plant has been built.
So now we have the sample here, witnessed by the regulator, taken in the presence of all those who went. We have kerosene, gasoline, and we have diesel samples that were taken. And now it's been transferred to the depot for loading. And from here now, we're going to the depot for you to see the loading being carried out.
My name is Sani Suleiman. I'm the lead loader here. People have been saying that we are not loading the refinery has no products. We have products. As I'm talking to you now, 4 of our tanks are filled up. So we have some tanks filled up with AGO and kerosene too. So we are loading, as you can see now.
So let the message go out there that Port Harcourt Refinery is back. The plant is completely renewed and is going to serve Nigeria for decades to come.
So there it is right there. I think we're seeing the country turn a corner right before our eyes. We're seeing the country turn a corner right before our eyes, whether that's to the liking of the naysayers or not. The country turns a corner, and the rest of the world is acknowledging that corner that the country is turning. Here is a report on Nigeria from a foreigner. Watch this.
Listen, I must have been the only black person in America that didn't get the fucking memo to go to Lagos, Nigeria for December. I'm like, why is everybody over there? I had to ask ChatGPT what the fuck going on. I literally asked, I said, why is every black person over in Lagos right now? I got homies down there. They've been telling me pull up, but I didn't even really ask them like why they there. Daddy December, vibrant holiday season, often called Daddy December, concerts, festivals, parties, cultural events, all of that shit. I'm seeing celebrities over there. I'm seeing influencers over there. When did all of this get coordinated and nobody let me know? I throw big ass parties in Chicago. Y'all think I couldn't turn that fucking city up? Nigeria? I'm coming next year for Daddy December. My homie's telling me, come right now. If my grandmother's birthday wasn't Christmas, I'd be on the plane. Next year, Lagos, Nigeria, we're there.
So there it is right there. The rest of the world is glorying in what we have as we continue to try our best to undermine it.
Listen, I must have been the only.
All right, I think that's enough. Let me play you the Kegite music. I'll send the link again. If we're having a conversation, we'll have one. If we're not having one, we say Merry Christmas, and then we meet again on the next stream. The Kegites.
Water, only water, where they see ma. Apa, you don't come. Oh. Apa, oh, night, oh. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Bọ́bí màsà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Chifu Fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonana ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And that is right there. Ikuku Neru Agweshimi, death have nothing to do with us. So joining us, a blast from the past, Baba Akure right there. Some of the OGs of this platform, of course, know who Baba Akure is, and some of the OGs, as well as the contemporary ones, know who DELE is as well. So good to have you, gentlemen. Baba Akure, how are you?
Fine, thank you, woman. So it is me and you tonight?
It's three of us, actually. I think everybody else, maybe they are Merry Christmas in it all over the place, you know, doing...
It has been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a good while. How have you been?
Well, I'm good. I just have 2 weeks... 2 weeks holiday because school closed down. I mean, school is on Christmas break right now, so I have to close down my office as well. So stay home, just try to get myself organized for next year again.
Oh God!
So that is why you were able to see me tonight.
It's brilliant. I'm happy to see you. Your cheeks are feeling out over Akure. They're not working you hard enough over there.
Well, I work very hard anyway. Always busy.
That's good. It's
always good busy. Is it on the road? Is it on the road or something? Always busy. But I just say to myself, these 2 weeks, I have to take it off.
No, you have to. Around facing me.
That's right. That's right.
But I think the last time we spoke, you were telling us how people were pushing you towards the direction of Canadian politics. So. Are you progressing with that, or have you abandoned it as an idea? Are you running for something?
I'm not really interested in politics anyway, but well, I don't know. I don't know what future holds, so I don't know. Here at least they know me quite well, or to some extent anyway. In my little village here, at least they know me to some extent anyway. White and black, so at least to some extent anyway, because I was the first Nigerian to be in this community.
Oh God!
So right now we have
they are blaming you for the invasion. Then
no, not at all. You just do what is right, and then you move on. So that's it. You assist people to the best of your knowledge, the way you can.
Your audio is not coming across as strongly as it should, by the way. Your audio is not
Well, can you hear me now?
I think it's you, woman. I can hear him loud and clear.
Oh, is it me? Oh, all right. Sorry, maybe it's me then. All right. Carry on. You were telling us about how you are positioning in Canada. I want you to run for something if you are interested.
Well, I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what future holds. So I will just wait and see. I know a lot of Nigerians will be saying that, even those who just came, because they see the my impact in their life. So I think and most of the people around here realize how I help immigrants, and mostly immigrants anyway, the way I assist them to make sure that they settle down and connect them with so many things, social services, employers, and so on. So anybody, anybody, either you are from Ghana or you're from Nigeria, or you're from Lesotho or Sao Tome and Principe, in as much that we are connected, every question they want to ask about this community, they always call me first to find out what is going on, how they can go about it. Then I will give them show them the way, how they can navigate the system and things like that. So with this, they have been prophesied that okay, well, I should start with mayor anyway, but I don't know.
Oh, the mayor of your city?
Yes.
what are your chances if you decide to run? What are your chances?
Well, well, that issue of this black, we need more. For me, if I want to vie for that position, we need more black people here, because right now the black people we have here, maybe we can just talk about maybe like 1,000 at most. But I also have some.
Even if you had more than that, black people can never carry you into an office. You need to find a white.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is what I want to say. But due to my involvement in the community, in the church, and my kids, then we might have at least. But for now, I will just say maybe like 30%. I will say 30/70 for now.
All right, you're still young, so there's still plenty of time. But try and
I'm
be
still
moving.
young.
Yes, So
I'm still young.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're still
All right.
young now. Are you Tinubu's age? You are still a young man now.
Well,
it'd be nice to have that on your CV.
I'm not as old as Tinubu. But I'm getting up little by little.
Yeah, but you know what they say though. If you don't buy the ticket, you don't win the lottery. If you don't put your name in, then you would not know. If you run and you don't win, then there's still honor in that. But the honor is not in not running. Yeah.
The reality of it is that if I'm really interested in joining involving in politics and things like that, I can just join any party. Then I will build myself from there. But right now I just vote. I don't really belong to any party like registered member. So if I really want to make head, then I have to join at least one political party that's registered member. It could be conservative, it could be liberal, it could be NDP, or Green Party. But I have to be affiliated with specific party.
All right, brilliant.
I will think about it anyway. I will think about it.
No, I think you should just do it. But try and affiliate yourself with the top 2 parties. If you go with the top 2 parties, then you don't go with some obscure ideologue sort of party that they're just saying
Green Party or NDP. Anyway, NDP is the third
yes, don't go with any meaningless any meaningless that you just go there and make noise.
We have Liberal and NDP. Those are the major. Liberal and Conservative. Those are the 2 major political parties here. Then followed by NDP. Then followed by Quebec Party. Hello, woman. Are you there?
Sorry, Baba Kure, I managed to knock myself off the screen somehow. But yeah, no, it's certainly good to hear you making those progress. But are you keeping an eye on our politics, on the Nigerian politics? Is there anything that you're noticing there?
Sure, I follow the all what is going on. Even sometimes, even with my busy schedule, I still listen to this platform. I may be at the backstage watching it on TV, listen to how everybody have been arguing and contributing to the point. So I've been following it at least little bit anyway, but not that much. I have about DELE Farotimi and co, about the stampede that happens just of recent, which is very barbaric and very sad. I at least I follow a little bit to some extent. So it is you now that now we ask me question.
All right. Let's actually take it from the newest news. What's your position on the stampede? It's unfortunate, but it's not new. But what is your position, and where do you think the blame lies with the stampedes? Abuja, Lagos, and Anambra.
The reality of it is that it is very sad. My condolences to the family of those people that were affected. In every situation, this is not an issue of maybe somebody is attached emotion to something. No, it is just the reality. Because I always put myself or my kids in a situation where things like this happen. So how will I feel if it is me affected or my kids? So now I have been following all these arguments like, oh, it is those organizers that didn't prepare very well and this and that. Well, God knows the best. But the reality of it is that there is not. I'm not anti-government, but the reality of it is that I will shift any blame on government because the country is very hard right now. If there is enough, okay, now let's look at it this way. These people have been organizing this thing for not this is not their first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time. But the way people are feeling hungry right now, that is why all this thing is happening. Last year was better than this year. The year before the last was better than last year. So that is what we have been seeing for the past few years. So if somebody called for 5,000 people, and you receive 10,000 multiplied by 2 or multiplied by 3 of the number that you are expected, what can you do? It is because
is it not about crowd management though? So whoever you know they've actually locked up the former wife of the Alafin for your Olori Naomi. She's in custody over this.
I know the reality of it is that that is not going to me right from day one when they say, oh, they should lock him, they should lock out, they should do this, they should do that. Power will change hand, and nothing is going to come out of this thing. That is just the reality of it. She might not be with any of Ife anymore. At least they have children for one another. So there is still no way this case is going to it's going nowhere. It is going nowhere because power will change and when the time comes and the woman will be free. To me, I don't shift blame on her anyway because the poor queen was just trying to assist citizens. When government abandon their own responsibility, people take it up. Even me, I at least I know little thing that I did for people this Christmas. Because we realize that people are very poor. People need help. They need food. So that is my take on that. It's not an issue of crowd management. It is the issue of poverty.
All right. I think Baba Kure may have frozen a little bit there. But I agree. Oh, he's back. I think is it frozen?
I'm here.
No, you okay. Carry on. I think your screen is, but your carry on.
Okay, what I said is that it is because people are very poor. There is no food. That it is not issue. It is not managed. It is not crowd management. The root cause of the problem. The root cause is that people are poor and they're desperate, looking for food to eat. This is not the first time we'll be saying this. When you are not, I know a lot of people from this platform, maybe they are shy away from the reality of what is going on in Nigeria, or maybe they don't have that feelings, or maybe when they travel to Nigeria, they didn't really go to where they see people. When I was home in March, between May this year, I was right in my own house when 3 individuals, the first person knocked my door. Maybe they see the beautiful gate, the beautiful fence well painted. I don't know. They knocked my gate, and one of my neighbor opened. The lady that is sleeping at the bus cutter opened said that they were looking for you. I said, okay, let them in. They came in. The first lady came in with baby on her back, and she said she was eventually going to somewhere to go and wash clothes for somebody so that she could buy food. And on getting there, that person said it is not going to happen today. Then she need money to buy food. As I call that person in, another person show up again. That one doesn't, in fact, it's knock my door. She came in. Oh, well, we need assistance. I went to a place to do this, but I said, okay. This is what I have.
Yeah, Kabiru.
Yeah, sorry, one sec. Can I just come in for a moment, please? Baba Kure.
No, I think Baba Kure was in the throes
okay.
of the...
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Baba Kure, carry on.
So now, the money I supposed to give to one person now, I had to divide it into 2. Give it to 2 of them. A lot of people, a lot of Nigerians now turns to beggar. We can say whatever we want, that, they are lazy. Some people are lazy. The reality, it is true. Some young boys are very lazy. They're supposed to go to farm. Some of them supposed to go to farm. And they are lazy. But not everybody. Majority of Nigerians are some who have money safe. There was a particular man that we were talking the other time, and we have little business together. That man that I thought he was very rich. He was working with NNPC. Ajib. He retired. His statement of account alone, one had over 75 million naira, apart from property and things like that. How much do you think 75 million will be now? Let's say you still have that 75 million. That's just little bit money right now. Even those people who have money safe, they are even suffering. Let alone somebody who doesn't even have job or have any livelihood. So, to cut the story short, people are suffering. People are hungry. So that was why we see this trend of stampede in the last few days. So it's not issue of crowd management. But the root cause.
All right. I think I may disagree with you halfway, but I think
that is fine. That is your own opinion, but that is my opinion.
Can I get as well, please?
No.
Kabiru then you, Kabiru then Kenny. Or is it Agbado now? Agbado Tinobu? Yeah, Kabiru.
One man. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry
Christmas to you.
Sorry, one man. Wow. What about Baba Jali Koko? Hope he's good.
It is good. Like I was just reporting back yesterday that it's
okay. And this guy Bishop, it's so sad. Nobody's asking about Bishop. Hope Bishop is good.
Bishop is good, but I think Bishop. Anyway, let's leave Bishop for a moment.
Okay. I came in just.
I'm only saying let's leave Bishop for a moment because I think Bishop left he left the platform in somewhat of a bad mood, and I've tried to reach out to him, but I don't think he's ready for us yet. He will be back. I'm hopeful,
Okay,
but maybe
okay.
he's not ready for us yet.
I would like him to come back because it's one of the voices that we really miss on the platform. Bishop, if you are hearing me, please, don't do this. Next year we want you back, please. Baba, sorry, good evening. I purposely come in because of you. I also stay in Canada. I don't know which part of Canada you are staying. I live in Toronto, specifically downtown called Toronto. That's where I live. So I don't know which part of Canada you are living, but I beg to disagree with you on whatever you're saying that you have to blame the government on the.
I live in New Brunswick. I
Okay,
live in New Brunswick.
Okay, New Brunswick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's New Brunswick is close to the state or something. They share border with the state or something. Probably US or something. I don't know. But issue of
Nova Scotia.
Issue of blaming the government on the stampede. I don't see that.
Almost every province in Canada close to US. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I purposely come in because of you saying that the stampede is because of the hunger or something. I don't believe in that. Even here in Canada, I still made a clip for one man on I don't know how to send it. I still make it people queuing for food. Like the hunger is everywhere. It's not only in Nigeria. It's like global phenomenon. You can't
sorry, Kabiru. I did not want to interject your interjection, but I'm not sure that you heard what Baba Kure said. But because a lot of people are saying this, those charities. Let's say the one that happened in Anambra State, for instance, that guy has been doing that charity work for several years. So now they did not have the anticipation that the hunger level was at the level. Let's say, for instance, they've been doing that sort of charity. Maybe 200-300 people turn up. They give them what they can and wish them compliments of the season. But now, from 200-300 people to about 5,000 people, even if they thought double the number was coming, 10-20 times the numbers. Just because of the harrowing poverty. So they did not know. It was a test case of just how impoverished Nigerians are.
I had you on, man. Even this Christmas, like I'm a Muslim, but every Christmas I normally share rice and vegetable oil and some cash to people. This year I've done that. At least I've given more than 100 people like 10 kg of rice, right? I've given, and people don't even know. They don't know that I do this. I just send one of my sister, my brother. Okay, I list people. I wrote people names out. Okay, go and give this to these people. Go and give this to people. Even the government don't know. People don't know I do that. You know, like, so why will you blame government that because of say this? I don't get it. I don't think this is the fault of the government, but everybody has the way they think.
Yeah,
so.
I understand where you are coming from anyway, that they shouldn't have broadcast it. Like you see as show off.
Yeah.
That is what you see. But the reality of it is that either they show off, or either they are showing off or they are not showing off. That is the way they be doing it. That is the way they want to do their own. The facts still remain.
Can I just come in real quick, please, if you don't mind?
Either they do it secretly or they do it publicly. The fact is that people. That is why we saw a lot of people. If somebody call, okay, I'm going to give 5,000 to 5,000 people. If that information is correct, then you are having 10,000, 15,000 people. It is showing the level of poverty. Hold on, sir. And I'm not saying that hunger is not all over the world. People in Canada, they go to food bank and they get food. There is no doubt about that. Even in my small community, people go to food bank when they don't have food and get food.
You know,
but the reality of it is that people are really hungry. People don't even have money.
Baba Kure, Baba Kure, please let me just chip. Look,
Yes.
like my brother said, yes, I totally disagree with the submission. You know why? This thing is got nothing to do with hunger. It's a cultural thing, right? Let me give you one example. When you travel, Nigerians, yeah, when we travel from Nigeria to anywhere in Europe, when the plane is landing, they will tell you, "Oh, please fasten your belt. Don't remove your belt. Wait until plane land until you hear announcement." Everybody obey. Reverse back. When you're coming back from London from London or from anywhere to Nigeria, immediately as soon as the plane land like this, they will not wait for a second. They will not even wait for the plane to park properly. They start standing up, removing the bag and all that. So it's in our blood. We have no patience for anything we do. We're always in a rush. You get me? So this is got nothing to do with hunger at all. You know what I mean? We cannot blame everything on government. We should check ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's got nothing to do with hunger at all. So why can't they organize the program properly? You invite 5,000 people, you don't have any security on ground, no proper planning. You understand? You tell them to open the gates just like that. Who does that? So I blame the organizer, not the government. So we should stop blaming government for everything that happens in Nigeria. Please.
The fact is that it is what we hear from news. Because you just mentioned, sir, that they should have locked the gate. How are you sure that they didn't lock the gate? Because the one that happened in Anambra, or is it Anambra or somewhere in the east? According to the news, eyewitness, he said that guy said they locked the gate, but some people still push that gate until when the gate fell down and they start climbing.
Let me ask you a question, Baba Kure. If the organizers are, and by the way, yes, thank you for doing that, Bosun. Baba Kure, we're mounting a campaign for the release of a guy called DELE Speaks, who has been incarcerated by some pastor man for a while. So that's what Bosun is speaking to there. But consider this then. If the organizers of these events, Abuja, Ibadan, Anambra, etc., if the organizers had put in securities and they perfected the system, let's say they had a tokenized system. So as you are coming, they are giving you a token which has a number, and then they form an orderly queue. And then so your number comes up, you collect, and then you go via a different route. If there was a more structured way that thing was organized, no matter how big the crowd was, they would have been able to manage it. So is it not more a crowd management?
That is right. That is right. But to me, I will first lay the fault on the government hand, because things are very hard. That is number one. Now, when this incident happened, I said if I were to be that person, okay, now what I did in my own case, what I did, I said to the person, I said I need the list, because by to the glory of God, I do that every year. I said I need the list of the names. They wrote me all the names, about 66 individuals. I said, okay, I'm going to do it differently this year. I have the name, then I call one guy. I said, okay, go to so place, to so bank, and get this so amount of money. They collected it, and I said, okay, put this money in the envelope and write the name of each person at the back of it. If I were to be there, in fact, when the incident happened, I said, if I could be this person, what I would have done is that, okay, where I will said, okay, from so age to so age, come on Monday. You can use 1 week to do all this, so you'll be able to manage the crowd. Or you can have a platform where everybody will register. Then you can then assign them with number, like you rightly said. You can assign them with number, even though if the place is just a place where there is no exit, that is only entrance you have. If you have the numbers, you already where you already sent the number out. They already register, so you already have the list of those who will be coming. Then you can now prepare that, okay, well, you are expecting 2,000 today. So you can send those names out. Then the security at the entrance, they will have the name. You can even use megaphone and call the names and call them in so that they can come in one by one. But to me, the reality is still, the facts still remain, because people are very poor. People are desperate for looking for food. Like Kay said, in Canada, people are searching for food too. People go to food bank, but
sorry, Baba, can anybody hear me?
Go ahead.
It's not only
I can hear you.
It's not only that people are hungry. Food is very, very expensive in Canada. Very, very expensive. Like yesterday, I listened to Ola. I think Ola too live in Canada. There was this oil, this cooking oil that we used to buy $3.99 or $2.99.
I think it lives in Alberta.
Yeah, $2.99 or $3.99. Do you know how much you buy this oil now? It's around $40 from $3.99 to $40. Compare it just like under 1 year.
All right. With what you said, I understand. Okay, a box of yam here in where I live now in New Brunswick, you have like 12 or 15 in that box. One box, we used to buy it for $75 before COVID-19. Right now, that one box is $180. But the fact still remain. You make that money. You can still buy all those things.
All right, Kabiru, I want to move on from that space. But as
many people in Nigeria cannot afford to buy that.
But that's the thing, though. You know that example that you just cited. That something went from $70-something to $180. That's well in excess of 100% increment.
Sorry.
No, hold on. Let him just answer this, and then we'll move on to DELE Farotimi, because we could be here on this topic for too long. But has your wages, has it gone up commensurately? So something goes up by 150%. Yeah, just hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Also, something goes up by 150% within a period of a year, 18 months. Has your wages gone up commensurately, or even anywhere near that?
Well, no, to be honest with you, not really. But the fact is that I can still at least manage to afford. You get what the language I use?
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It restricts what you can afford. You know, because if your wages is set however high it is, and you used to spend at this level, and now you are spending at this level, your wages still affords to spend, because your expenses are still lower than your wages. But now you are constrained in what you can buy in terms of quantity and in terms of variety, in terms of it's a constriction, isn't it? Of your lifestyle. Just let him speak, Kabiru, please. Yeah.
I still buy what I need to buy, what I want at any time, even with what I have, what I get. Even though things are very expensive, but I still buy what I want. Whatever I want to eat, I still find it. The point is that many Nigerians, even the money the money they are getting to, it is little bit lower to what they are buying, but they cannot even afford it. Even the money they are getting, they cannot afford the basic life. But me, even with the fact that my salary is not really go up like the way things are going up, I can still buy it.
All right, but Baba Kure, stay where you are in terms of the logic that you are pursuing. Stay where you are. So what you've just said here now, we have Ogbeni who also lives in the UK, and he can corroborate what I'm about to say. What you've just described there, it repeats also here in the UK. Everything has gone up by, within a very, very short period of time, 10, 18 months, even 18 months a stretch, averagely about 60%, in instances well in excess of 100%, 100 and something percent. So that also constricts people's lifestyle. You know, that constricts people's lifestyle, because even though you can afford barely the basics of life, but you have ongoing concerns about the affordability of a decent lifestyle. So that tells us that it's a global phenomenon. So now take that global phenomenon and then transport it into the African space, and that's the sort of impact it will have. I think it's a global phenomenon rather than a mismanaged economy.
There is no doubt about what you are saying. Honestly, I am 100% agree with you. But the problem is that even before COVID-19, how many people can afford basic life in Nigeria? That is what we have to draw. Me, like I said, I can still buy what I can buy. It is just that I cannot save like the way I used to save. But in Nigeria, as a case study, you can't even before COVID-19, you can't even save. Except there's a way of getting money.
What is the percentage of unemployment in Canada now? What is the percentage of unemployment in Canada now? What is the percentage?
I don't check that out.
Almost 60%. Almost, there's no job. People cannot even, like, what are you talking about? There's no job.
But those people that you are talking about, are they getting any means of maybe like subsidy or something that can uplift their life?
Okay,
that is the question you need to answer.
Here you go.
All right, no, Kabiru, no, just hold on. I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too locked in that. Let me move Baba Akure on. Otherwise, we could be there for 20 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
All right, Baba Akure, let me move you on to the DELE Farotimi space. Sorry, Kabiru, but yes, I think. Let me move you on to the DELE Farotimi space and then bring you into that space with this clip. So here is DELE Farotimi's first comments just shortly after it was released. Watch this.
The thing I need all of you to know is this. I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It is not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil. Yes. But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken. Once has he spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. Yeah. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's true.
So that's DELE Farotimi's first commentaries just shortly after being released. What are you making of that space? So just to refresh from the beginning, he wrote a book to accuse one of the leading lawyers in Nigeria of corrupting the judiciary system and using that to get a fraudulent judgment. So that was the beginnings of his journey into whatever trouble he is now. So if you were Afe Babalola, if somebody wrote that about you, what would you have done? So maybe you want to take it from there, Baba Akure.
Thank you very much for this question. Actually, I have a very big regards for Afe Babalola. I've been hearing his name for a very long time. If I were to be him, I would do the same thing. But the only problem is that they didn't follow the right procedure. I may not really know much about the law of Nigeria, but when police come from one jurisdiction to another jurisdiction, there should be a consultation or maybe a discussion with the police department of where you want to arrest somebody before you can carry out the duty that you've been sent down there to do. In this case, based on what I made to understand, they just went to his office and arrested him.
Those are fake news. Those are fake news. That's not
be true. To be Afe Babalola.
Are we all hearing Baba Kure okay, by the way? I'm not hearing him okay here.
It's frozen.
Yes, Baba Kure. Yes, you're frozen. Is joining us from Canada, which is not which is not but Baba Kure, you seem to have frozen somewhat. Nobody can hear you anymore. So what do we do? So whilst we wait for Baba Kure to reconnect, let's hear from you then, Kenny. Are you back, Baba Kure?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Okay, carry on. You were telling us then that you're not fully in agreement with the process. Yeah.
I'm not in agreement with the process. The process that they used to arrest DELE Farotimi. They should have followed the proper. As a matter of fact, that was what prompted me to go and what is really going on here. Something is fishy. Okay, let's just see what this book says. So I think the proper they should have followed the proper way, because there is no with what happened. There is no difference between what he wrote in the book and what is happening right now. When police just left Ekiti State and because of somebody, and they came to Lagos State, bundled somebody, and they took him to Ekiti State, and without I don't know anyway. Maybe they consulted police department in Lagos State or whatever. I don't know. But based on what we are hearing is that he just went to his office and they picked him up and they took him to Ekiti State. So I think it shouldn't be so.
I can tell you those are fake news. That's not true. Nobody know the truth. But there's no way they will come from Akure to Lagos State that they will not consult the Lagos Department. So
it's impossible for that to
happen. So people are just carrying. So don't let us say anything we don't have facts on.
That is what I just mentioned. I said I don't know if that is true, but what we are hearing is that they came to Lagos State and picked him up and took him to Ekiti State. I never said that I was there, and that was what we will be hearing from different angles. But if that is what happened, that is not the way it's supposed to be done. Then Afe Babalola has right to react. If you do not have any skeleton in your cupboard, and somebody is trying to tarnish your image, well, then you react as well. DELE Farotimi as well. It is he know what it is. Know what he. I mean, I don't know what is in between them. They both know what is going on. So that is it. But the reality of it is that I know some people.
All right.
And use police and law to lawyer or judiciary in Nigeria. So there's no doubt about that.
All right, brilliant. In terms of the case, who are you batting for? Because there's no way that this will go away. Afe Babalola will have his full day. DELE Farotimi will have his full day in court, and he has to then prove that what is. Imagine, it seems such a juvenile thing to do, such very amateurish. It did not even use inferences. It didn't say somebody and try to code it in. You can talk about somebody without mentioning them by name.
He
mentioned them by name frontally and said they were bribing Supreme Court judges. How does he even go about proving that?
The reality of it is that I don't know what he has in his hand, in his possession. So I like this issue of begging or no begging. I would like two of them to go to court, and then both of them will prove their case. Both Afe Babalola prove himself that I don't know what he's talking about. Then he also submits his evidence to let us really know what is going on, rather than giving us a story, because we really want to see what is going on, what really transpired, what really happened, to know who is guilty or who is not guilty. I'm not saying that Afe Babalola is guilty, and I'm not saying that Farotimi is right. But this issue that has been going on, that almost turned everything apart all over the world, the book is circulating all over the world and things like that. We really need to know the truth of what is going on, to know if it is Farotimi is guilty or if it's Afe Babalola. To me, that is my opinion. I would like the case to continue. Let's just see what is really going on there. So that is my own opinion anyway.
The one good side of it, I'm not for what DELE Farotimi did, by the way. I'm for exposing corruption in the judiciary, but I'm not for just trying to name and shame somebody with I think what DELE Farotimi is actually trying to do is to use the weight of the space that he occupies to try and bully this man. And I think
which space?
The obedience space now. That noise.
Forget that wild. Space, one man.
Is a key figure there now. Is it not? Is it not a key figure there?
Well, the reality of it is that you don't know what is going on anyway. Let both of them prove themselves in the court. I personally want to sit to the end of the case. We want to know what is really going on that make everywhere so rowdy that even all over the world, that book is circulating all over the world, that people have to buy 60,000 copies in one day.
Baba Jesha, only on DELE Farotimi, don't mind him. He's a liar. That guy is a liar.
All right, thank you, Gabriel. All right, thank you, Gabriel. All right, thank you. All right, Baba.
I'm sorry, one more. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah.
You cannot really say that one person is lying, because even it's just that this is a public place. I have a lot of people who work with the same man as well, and they talk. In fact, what they are saying, I have to rethink that. Okay, well, but I don't really care, because the man never did anything to me. I still give the man regard with his employee. So that is, let's just leave them alone. Let the case go on, and until the end of the game, because then we really know who is talking rubbish or who is not talking rubbish, who is guilty and who is not guilty.
You know, Baba Kure, I too believe that what DELE Farotimi said about Afe Babalola is probably true. And Afe Babalola has a reputation with it. There's so many complaints about him. Even I remember when they were talking about some of our oil being stored away in some foreign land, and NNPC went to hire this man to go around media spaces to use his survey to just shut down the story. So it's that way, and I think Obasanjo also used him to install somebody that wasn't elected somewhere. So there's a lot of allegations against him.
He's a very strong man. He's a very strong man in Ekiti. But
yes,
my own. I give regard to the man, but in fact, I have some of his employer that we have a contact even before this issue, before this case, the way they talk, and I say, is this the same man that I so give that regard? Are you really sure? And this person really work closely?
Yes, but what Farotimi said was probably true, but the thing is,
the reality of it is that one man, I don't know. Let them present the evidence in the court.
Yeah, hold on, Baba Fure. I am willing to believe that what he said is probably true, but based on one that we know that the National Bureau of Statistics in Nigeria, they actually did a survey and came back with a report to tell us that the Nigerian judiciary is the most corrupt institution in Nigeria. Where you have the police, you have all of this, the DSS, the most corrupt institution, according to the NBS, the most corrupt is the judiciary. So, and the corruptors are all the senior lawyers. So there's every chance that what Farotimi said about him is true. But but where Farotimi made the mistake is almost unprovable. How is he going to prove that he bribed the judge? Is the judge going to come out and say I was bribed? Was he there when the bribe was taken? It's almost unprovable, and that is where he erred, and that is where I think is looking to leverage the headless mobs that he leads to see if he can bully his way through. So that's where I departed from him. I agree with him to expose corruption in the judiciary, but this naming and shaming, I thought it was a schoolboy error. But there it is. Is that what else are you looking at in the politics? Farotimi, let me take you to this space. Actually, do you agree that the Olori Naomi should be held in custody? She's essentially the queen of Yoruba land.
To me, I don't think she should be. Though I know some people may want to come to for my head because I will say that the issue is that I think they should give him. They should give her bail anyway, to some extent, because it is the issue of crowd management, and they are shifting blame on her and things like that, and this and that. The woman is just trying to help people. So then it turns to tragedy. So I think the family of those people would not really want to see this as well. I don't think so, because it's just trying to help people. And I don't think they should have him in custody. I mean, they should have her in custody. At least, even with that custody anyway, she's not going to be in the prison. They will still give her at least privilege to be in a very better place rather than dirty and rodent infested cell.
I think they've actually put her in a proper prison. No, that's what because I was doing the readout, and they put her in some custodial. You know, all those prisons anyway, they have VIP sections. So
she's in Agodi Gate.
Agodi, yeah, she's in Agodi prison. Imagine from the palace of the Oni to Agodi prison. Is that
that is destiny. That is how God has written our journey. So to me, it is very sad that she's involved in she finds herself in this position, because she's just trying to help people. You cannot blame her. Either she want to do it, either she want to do it and use megaphone to announce that she's doing this, helping people. That is the way she wants it. You do your own secretly, that is the way you want it. So we should not castigate her that because she shouldn't have done it publicly. That is the way she wants to do it.
But Baba, do you think this is a slur on the throne? Do you think these are the mud splashes on the throne somewhat? Because if you are talking about queens in Yoruba land, I think she's the only one we know. Everybody has. We don't even know the queens of the Alaafin. Nobody knows the. No, hold on. Let Baba Kure have the floor for a moment. Yeah. We don't know any other queen in Yoruba land apart from this lady right here. Whether she's ex-Olori or not, this is the person that Yoruba land considers to be a queen. Yeah.
What do you say? Sorry, one man. Somebody was interrupted here.
Joshua Joshua.
Anyway, there is no way that what happened will not really have impact in our next palace, because either they are together, they are not together. She's ex-wife of Orne. It is just too barbaric and so disappointed that this thing is happening at this time. There is no way it will still have effect on the palace, because there is no way they will mention that they will not mention his wife is in prison and things like that. So it is very ridiculous.
All right, brilliant. Is there anything else in the news you'd like to speak to before we go on to the next contributor?
If you have any other thing, you can let me know. I don't know.
We did have a few actually. We had the EFCC probing the Speaker of the House of Assembly in Lagos State. It's unbelievable actually. When I saw this story,
yeah, I can briefly speak on that.
Yeah, even with corruption in Nigeria, this is next level. He used 15 billion naira to build a gate.
Is the same person that could not celebrate his birthday in Nigeria, or maybe his mother's birthday in Nigeria, and flew all the invitee, flew them to Dubai to go and have party in Dubai, flew everybody to Dubai, pay for them. That was what I heard anyway, because the news was making around at that time. So, and he is vying for Lagos State governor now after after Sanwo-Olu. So he's going to run Lagos State aground, because in as well as he could spend 17 billion now for gate, where to renovate maybe government maybe governor's house at that time, maybe my cost maybe like $1 billion US. So this is, and nothing is going to happen. Even the FCC, there is nothing is going to happen, because before these people do all these things, they already perfected their ways. And this 17 billion, is it he alone going to spend the 17 billion? That is the question. Because if 17 billion is truly missing from Lagos State House of Assembly, is it he alone going to spend the money? Why has he not been impeached? So this case is going nowhere. It's going nowhere. This is what we'll be hearing. 17 billion missing today, 20 billion US dollar, 20 billion US dollar missing tomorrow. That is what we'll be hearing. And no action, nothing. And you will be telling us not to shift blame on government. We have to shift blame on government. You don't know how much what 17 billion can do. What kind of gate is that? Eh?
Maybe it's a golden gate. Maybe it's a golden gate made for 24 karat gold.
You see the only issue with Farotimi's book is just because he mentioned that man's name. There is nothing that is in that book that is so different from what is going on in Nigeria. Look at least in Madueke, you don't know how much money that is spent on ordinary common. We are not even talking of naira. We are talking of US dollar to buy bra. So everybody they don't have fear. They don't care, because they know that nothing is going to happen. Nigeria is so timid. They're so timid. And when time comes now for them to vote again, they get 5,000 and they vote for 5 years. They will vote them for another 4 years. Then they will get 5,000. So it is very shameful. Very shameful.
All right. Just finally, did you see Tinubu's speech yesterday? And do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch it yesterday.
All right, brilliant. So that's Babakure. Stay with us for as long as you can, Babakure, and don't let it be so long. So we'll see you. People are always asking about you. You'll be surprised, actually. For as long as you've been away, people still always ask what happened to Babakure.
Well, thank you very much for those who has asked about me. It's just that I was so busy from work. Then I took 2 weeks off, and I said, okay, let me just say hi to my people today. We started the program way back about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
when one guy from Netherlands, you remember the guy from Netherlands?
Yes, I remember him. I can't quite recall his name, but it used to be the 3 of us, wasn't it?
We first started. We were 3 number that very day. You still remember the guy? So it's just that I was so busy.
I think it's a joke or something. Yes, it's a long time over, correct? It's
a long time. So we have
One man, Merry Christmas to you and to everybody there.
Merry Christmas to you, Akim. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I overheard you guys saying whether the EFCC was investigating the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly.
No, they've invited the EFCC, yes, but we don't expect it to amount to much.
On what grounds are they inviting him or questioning him?
Because he's budgeted and spent 15 to 17 billion naira on a gate of the assembly, and people are asking that be probed.
On the gate, like you mean the
not the building, just the gate. The gate.
I think that's fake news, man.
So and this is coming out of the Guardian. So yeah,
that's just a fake news. You have to know that this Nigerian newspaper, they are one of the worst when it comes to.
No, there are actually some organizations coming out to push for that. So they're not just making it up. It says a group, Lagos State Anti-Corruption Coalition, accused the assembly of spending the amounts to construct a gate. It sought an investigation of the claim, but the speaker has since denied the allegation, calling it spurious and funny. So
Yeah,
when
but
hopefully it is
one man,
it is, you know.
yes, that's rubbish, man. If you want to accuse somebody of something, there are things. How you going to accuse, even if he's the dumbest thief, if he's the dumbest thief ever to ever exist, he's not going to spend 17 billion to do a gate. Come on now. So he's going to pay 17 billion on a gate and write it down that yes, I spent 7. Like, oh, like, come on, man. Like, oh, are you going to tell that? For me, I don't think that is true. I just think it's just a rumor out there. Because normally, you have to think these people, they are the legislative arm of government. They put their budget forward to the executive, and it gets approved. And I've never heard anywhere where the legislative arm is being investigated because they don't generate revenue, and they are not how do I put it? They don't warehouse the fund of the state, so they get their own allocation as a budget in a budgetary form. And this is why you see most of the time they barely get investigated by EFCC. I've never heard the status of assembly or the leader or the speaker getting investigated because they have their own mechanism within the institution to fight corruption. That's why some of them get impeached by their members.
All right, Brilliant. All right, Brilliant. So thank you, Babakure. So that Babakure, hopefully we'll be seeing more and more of him. But it's just like I keep saying to people, they say, "Oh, why is XYZ not here anymore?" I say, look, people have a life. They are asking me why Ajanle Koko is not here. Ajanle Koko is a businessman. Is down one staff. So what does he do? He will abandon his business because he wants to come and talk nonsense on the internet. Of course he won't now. So and that's Baba Akure right there, who is vying to become the mayor of wherever he is. So he's politicking hard in Canada. So good to see Baba Akure. All right. So that's Babakure. I think he may be frozen again. So good to see you, Babakure. Let's go on from Babakure to Kabiru. And with Kabiru now, we will introduce then 7 minutes monologue just to get to people quicker. So Kabiru, you're up next. It's a Merry Christmas. We're having just a bit of a Christmas splash just to usher in not quite the new year, but the festive season. So Kabiru, you're up next. Is Kabiru there? All right. Hopefully people can hear me. Is Kenny there? Kenny, can anyone hear me?
One man, I'm here.
All right, Kenny. So
I can hear you.
Is yours. All right, So Kenny, the floor is yours. Speak to us about either the topics of today or just whatever interests you, Kenny.
Okay.
You're running. So do you want to tell us about your event? I'm not sure. Or is it something?
Yes, one man. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Let me put on my camera. Yes. Thank you very much for the opportunity, one man. I'm very grateful. I won't take much of your time. Before I talk about my event and say a little bit about myself, I want to say something about DELE Farotimi. You know, I'm very, very disappointed in that guy, and I'm very sure very soon he will soon be picked up again because he came out today. And today he violates his bail condition. I don't think you noticed that.
I did notice actually that yes, I did. I think he's trying to place himself. I hope they don't let him place himself above the law. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so they give you bail condition, and the same day you come out, it's not up to 1 hour. You violate the condition they give you. You know what I mean? The guy should not be taken serious at all. You know, me personally, I don't take him serious. I believe he's a liar. He has no proof. I can say that categorically. He has no proof. He cannot prove this, and he's going to go to prison. And I wish he go to prison because he's got a big mouth. He has no respect for no one. You know what I mean? He believe he can. Even today he was still talking about Nigerian So. I can someone be following people like that? You know, I have no respect or regard for someone like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so what I want to say is wrote what I want to write in the Bible. I mean, in his book, he should go there and defend himself and prove it. But I believe he has no proof. So, anybody that wants to say they should go and set out of court, you know what I mean? I don't think that should be allowed. Both of them should go to court and fight it out. You know what I mean? If he has any proof, I mean, he should go and prove it. So that's what I'm going to say about that.
You know the thing is, I'm not even sure that it's something, because there are two cases running against him concurrently. There's a case with the Nigerian state, which is to do with cyber stalking, cyber bullying, which is the case that the police have instituted against him. And then there's the case of defamation from Afe Babalola. So even if they go and beg Afe Babalola, I'm not even sure how they beg him, and he says, so the only thing that Afe Babalola can do is to say, if I'm going to let him go, he has to retract the statement and issue a public apology. And if we know anything about this man at Farotimi, his arrogance and his ego wouldn't let him do that. So I don't think any begging will ever resolve this.
One man, I don't know where that guy come from. I think he's from Ekiti as well. The Farotimi himself. I think it's Ondo. You know what I mean? See, I'm from Ijesha. I'm from Ilesha.
No, level are getting here one. I cannot be from Ondo. I'm Ondo. No man like it.
Yes, all of us see Ijesha, Ondo, Ekiti. We have this agidi.
One man, give yourself.
So Baba Afe Babalola, he will never agree, and he will never forgive him. He will fight to the end. Even let them fight tomorrow. His children and his chamber, they will continue the fight with that guy. One man, for the next 6-7 years, this guy he will be going in and out of court. He will not have rest of mind. He fucked himself up, seriously, because one man, this guy miscalculates. He didn't do his calculation properly before he wrote that book. What he believed was, he just what do they call it? Defamation. They charge him from. He never think in his life that they will come out from angle of criminal case. So you know what I mean. So he was not thinking of that. Afe Babalola would never forgive him. He will never let it go, because this man is 95 years old. For God's sake, he's been practicing before he was even born. He's been in this job for over 60 years, and now you come out from one of a sudden you're maligning that man. You can talk to anybody anyhow. You insult governor. You insult anybody. Can insult apart from Peter B. Like another insult. You know what I mean? He's a useless guy. I'm sorry to say.
We actually saw one of Obi's men with him as he was being released. So that's Obi's spokesman, right? The guy in the brown outfit. That's Obi's spokesman right there. Yes. Yeah.
What do you expect? Do you expect anything less? They will be there with him, because he's telling them, he gives them the meat they want. He's telling them what they want to hear. So he's singing their praises. So obviously they're gonna rally around him. They will never say anything bad in what he's saying. So don't let me take much time on that. One man about Ooni of Ife. That woman, she's no more Ooni of Ife wife. She's ex-wife. She's an independent woman. She's no more protected with Ooni crown. She's as free as anything. So people shouldn't expect anything from Yoruba land or from Ooni of Ife himself, that maybe they should go for rescue. Yes, she's trying to do something good. She's trying to do something out of her own good heart, but they have no good plan. They should have planned this properly. Like you said, one man, probably the one they've been doing before, maybe they have 50 people, 100 people, 30 people, 200 people, less crowd. But this time around, you announce it, you say you want 5,000. Automatically, you get 10,000 people. You understand? Things are hard. You know, people are hungry today. Not hungry. But woman, I was in Nigeria a few weeks ago. I bought rice in Ilesha. 3 of us, actually 5 of us. The money I spent was £7.
That,
£7 feed.
that's cheap, actually. You can't even feed yourself for £7 in a restaurant. You
Yes.
can't feed yourself for less than £30, £40 in a restaurant here. No.
One man, when I calculated £7 feed 5 of us, they sell rice for me, 600 naira rice, 200 naira ewa, and more and fish and all that. You know, and everybody was okay. So it's not as if the hunger is hunger. People are just saying people, nobody is dying. You understand? People are living, they are trying their best in Nigeria. So that woman, don't let me deviate from what we're saying. That woman, she's no more on her wife. She's no more our Yoruba queen. She's a pastor. She's on her own. She's doing her own thing. You know, she should face the consequence. If the court found her guilty, yes, to be. You understand? So that's what I'm going to say about that. Please, woman, I'm inviting you officially to my show. I'm a musician, and I have my album coming.
Sorry, do you have the poster for it? I had it, but
yes, I do.
Yeah, can you put it up, or I can get it and try and see if I can put it up? But I think you sent it to me on Instagram, didn't you?
Yes. It's on your Instagram. Yes.
Yeah,
So
no,
I have
carry on.
Yes, I have this show coming up on the 27th Friday of this month at Kent, Gillingham, Kent. The place called Ikoyi restaurant bar. So I'm a musician myself. I sing juju music, and I'm also a promoter. And I have other business that I do as well here in the UK. So also I have my album launching coming up in March. So when that time comes, I'll let you know, woman. So if you live around that place, woman, I want you to come. Your drink is on me on that day. Don't worry.
All right, brilliant. So you heard him all here, but no, that's brilliant. It's excellent, actually. That's the sort of thing we want to encourage. Will you be performing on the day?
Yes. I'll be performing. But this Friday, I was actually promoting somebody. I'm promoting an artist I'm promoting. So that day is not actually for me. It's for one of my artists. You know what I mean? His name is Icon Michael. He's well known in UK as well. So I'm promoting him. He's like a brother to me. You know. So, but towards the end of the show, I will sing as well myself. But that day is for him. I'm promoting him on that particular day. So, like I said, I've done my album. I'm doing the album launch in March here in Basildon, Essex. So when that time comes, I'll let you know when the flyer come out and all the jingles. You know, I will talk to you behind the screen in regard to that. Woman,
is this going to be your debut album? So sorry.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's my debut album, and it's 3-track song as well.
Do you have a stage name, or is it? Are we looking for you as Kenny Mighty, or?
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, that's my name, and that's my stage name. My name is Kenny Mighty. Yes.
All right. And would we have seen you somewhere before? Have you appeared with somebody that we should know?
Yes, I've done some show with a lot of some other artists back in Nigeria. Even when Shina Peter came to London a few years ago, one of the guys that we do the welcome dance with him, you know me and all that. So I've been around. I've been singing for the past 30 years.
All right. Do you want to speak to us about the Tinubu speech? Well, I want to look for that poster you sent me just so I can put it up. So speak to us about Tinubu's speech as I look for the poster you sent me.
Yeah, woman. See, I normally say something to people. I say, fear of Tinubu is the beginning of wisdom for some journalists. If you watched that program yesterday, Abati, I actually shocked about Abati because I'm when they're on their TV, they make mouth, but when they face this man one-on-one, they couldn't even ask good question. Tinubu challenged them yesterday when they said, "Oh, your cabinet, I think your cabinet are not working." He asked them, he said, "Tell me one that you think is not working, that's not doing his job." He said, "Mention one name." One man, 7 journalists couldn't mention a single name in front of Tinubu yesterday. All of them, they keep quiet. I was shocked when the man asked them that he said, you know, the reason why he give them the job. He said he doesn't want to give them a job that they cannot control. You give them what their capacity can do. So he's not challenge them that tell me one name that you think is not working, that's not doing their job. I'm actually happy that that man defend he defend his policy, he defend his stand. You know, he has the demand of his own. So it shows everyone that it's not someone that anybody can control anyhow. So every question they ask him, he answer them. So I'm so glad and happy that he doubled down on his policy. He said, first subsidy, he has no regret about that. He stand on it. He's talking about the what's it called? This tax bill that's coming up. He said he will not. He said he can do some edgy scratches as well, but it's not going to drop that bill for anyone. But he can make some little bit of amendment like that. So the man spoke well. You know what I mean? And yes. Thank you very much for putting this up. Yes. So you can see my name at the top, KMIT Production. So that's my.
All right. So that's Kenny's event coming up on what day is it again?
27th of December. This coming Friday.
So coming up this Friday coming. Ikoyi Suya African Restaurant, 103 Gillingham High Street. So if you're interested, then just contact Kenny. Tell him one man sent you. He'll look after you. The artist that Kenny is going to be featuring is Icon Shola Michael, and the night is titled Swagger Night. So you know what the dress code is then if the night is titled like that. So wear your best Yoruba demon outfit and go and catch yourself some Jamaican babes. So there it is right there. Hopefully it's going to be a banging event. I'm sure if we don't turn up, Kenny will do clips and come and show us here how the event went. So yes, well done. We'd like to say more things like that. Entrepreneurship here in the UK. Yes.
I'm very grateful, sir. I'm very grateful. Yes. So that is Tinubu really he did well, and I believe so much in him. So I want to plead with everyone. We should try and minimize the hate we have for the nation. You know what I mean? People hate this man, you understand, for nothing, but he's doing his best. He cannot fix Nigeria in 1 year, 8 months. He can. But let's just be patient with him. Let's give him a chance, and let's continue praying for our nation. And I believe at the end of the day, you know what I mean, who laugh last, laugh best. You understand? So one man, I want to say something in regard to this man. He came on Channels TV today. That Lagos man that said he will go on SI if Tinubu won the election. What's his name again?
Bode George.
Bode George. You know, I don't know why people cannot be patient to understand what's actually going on. He's actually talking about Sheikh Tinubu that he was doing parade. You know, people don't do their findings. Those are not army. They are cadet, like you guys said yesterday. You understand? But because of everything in life now is everything about is politics. Politics. You know what I mean? People should just try to, do their findings before they come out on proper. And I'm even shocked about the anchor of the program. You cannot even challenge the man. Say no, those people are not soldiers. They're cadets. It was even he was adding salt to to the soup for him. So I'm totally disappointed in them. So anyway, one man, thank you very much. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. You know, let me give the time. Give the space for other people to talk. I'm still here if you need me. Thanks so much.
All right, Bilal. So that's Kenny Mighty. He calls it Kenny Mighty. An artist, an entrepreneur, a promoter, a Londoner. So there he is right there, all wrapped into one man. So all wrapped into one man. We've gone from Kenny to Ogweni, who hopefully is there to speak to us now. So Ogweni, good to see you. I thought you would be drinking eggnogs or whatever it is that you drink in Scotland and doing. Do they still do those funny dance that around sticks? Those weird Scottish people. Good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Oma. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone in the house, all our listeners and our audience, and all the panelists. I greet you all. For those ones listening to us, please like, subscribe, and share. So, Oma, where do you want me to start from?
Yes, we've got quite a lineup actually. We've got the defamation case of Afe Babalola'S still bubbling in the underbelly, still simmering. But that disbarment that we thought was going to be the final nail in Farotimi's coffin, the law association have declined that, and there's grounds for it. So I think maybe they filed that too early. If they filed it post the judgment, maybe they would have gotten more joy. But or post the case rather. So outtakes from Tinubu's media speech, which a lot of people applaud him for the performance, if nothing else. Nothing new came out, but he presented himself available to the Nigerian populace to take questions on their concerns. So that's Farotimi right there, getting now perfecting his bail conditions so that he gets to spend Christmas at home. Court bars Wike, others from Abuja land dispute. So that's Wike still grabbing land there. Makinde to allow Sharia court in Oyo give major conditions. That headline misleading is saying that if it's constitutional, it's outside of his influence, but if it's not, then they should get out of his way. This one stuns me. I object to this. Court remand Queen Naomi and Oriyomi Hamzat in prison. So I don't really care about Oriyomi Hamzat, but the Queen of Yoruba land does not belong in custody. EFCC petition to probe Lagos Speaker over alleged 17 billion naira gate scam. So if you were to describe even the look on his face, this is the archetypal poster face of a Nigerian scammer. If you were to describe a Nigerian scammer, you wouldn't describe past this face that you're looking at on your screen right there. His face fits the bill. So those or Tinubu's speech yesterday or whatever takes your interest, 5-10 minute monologue from you, Ogweni.
Okay, Woma, let me start with Mr. DELE Farotimi and what is happening presently. To start with, I overheard one of our panelists talking about whether DELE Farotimi can prove his case or whether DELE Farotimi should be given a benefit of doubt. Yes, I'm one of those who is of the view that DELE Farotimi should be given his benefit of doubt, and I'm sure he's going to have his day in court. I'm sure it is not the strategy of Chief Afe Babalola to keep him in prison. It is strategy of Chief Afe Babalola to pursue his case. He's a veteran lawyer. He's not nobody in Nigeria is above the law so much that you keep somebody in prison. So when I saw some people rejoicing with DELE today, I just wonder what exactly do they understand by bail and do they understand by criminal litigation? Criminal litigation is not when you are standing trial, then you're already in prison. The way they the way they paint it as if, once you're in detention, pending trial, then they paint it as if, somebody just put you in prison. No, that is our procedure. Until if everybody wants us to change it, we also together and change it and let us see the alternative they are offering. But as it stands now, we can't, because of DELE, change our procedure. That would be too sentimental and that would be too gullible of Nigerians. We have a procedure, we have a process and practices we've been following, and that is what we have been following. Again, I overheard one of the panelists, I think it's Baba Akure, talking about the procedure they adopted in arresting DELE Farotimi. I want to give him benefit of that. That's Baba Akure. I'm not sure he's versed with the procedure by which police arrest people in Nigeria. They've not done anything on procedural. Don't mind all those news going around if that is where you pick your news from. Unfortunately, again and sadly, our mainstream media also have joined the team of people picking news from Instagram and Twitter. One infant will just sit at home and write rubbish, and then you see Arise TV and others picking news from it. It's so unfortunate. That is the system we find ourselves. Mainstream media, veteran journalists, they are vanishing from that space, and some guys who just make sentiment and others, taking over that space. So what is the procedure? I've explained it several times here. Procedure is very simple. Police invite you, you come, fine. If you come, you appear in police custody, in police station. The police may decide to release you on bail. We call it administrative bail. If you refuse to come, then the police may issue you warrant of arrest. That's at police level to arrest you. That is administratively. And if police want to arrest you, Nigerian police is Nigerian police force. We don't run state police. So they can arrest you anywhere in Nigeria. If you like, be in anywhere, as long as you are within Nigeria. Police can mobilize from any state where you have committed a crime and they come to arrest you. Any other thing you see people talking about is nonsense. We don't have Ekiti State Police or Lagos State Police. It's Nigerian Police Force. And they are all answerable to only one man, the Inspector General of Police, who is also answerable to the President. So leave all those sentiments. Now, if you go beyond that, beyond administrative bail, which is applicable in DELE Farotimi's own. So if there is a petition against you, they invite you, you refuse to come, fine. They go to court and they file a criminal charge against you. And the police and the court summons you and refuse to come. The court can issue what we call bench warrants to arrest you anywhere they find you in Nigeria. That's what is applicable in DELE Farotimi. And it's very simple. When we say, oh, we don't know what is happening, no. We just want to be, without half truth. We know what is happening. DELE Farotimi himself came out and had what they think is premonition. It's not. He knew what he was doing. DELE Farotimi himself came down a few days before and said, I'm aware there was a charge against me. So he was aware. And he even called it a fraudulent charge. So now he's facing the fraudulent charge. Let him file his
It's
paper.
not his determination, though, to determine if it's fraudulent or not.
Yes, now.
It's not your determination to determine that a warrant against you is bogus, and therefore you won't.
It's simple. It's simple. It tells you the kind of person he is. It tells you the kind of person, the kind of arrogance. He believes because he has the obedience in that space, he believes nothing can touch him. So this same man that is preaching the rule of law, that you want rule of law to establish in the country, you are the same person that you are aware that there was a case against you. But instead of going or sending a lawyer to appear there, you decided to dismiss it on your own. And then they sent somebody to you. They sent, they issue a bench warrant. And then police, based on that bench warrant, came to Lagos to arrest you. And all what we have been hearing in the obedience space everywhere, Tanko and all of them, is that, oh, they kidnapped him. Oh, they abducted him. Is that adoption? In the Western country where we live, is that what they call adoption? Or is it in Nigeria now, when police arrest whoever is popular, in quote, in Nigeria, then we will be crying abduction. So you wonder, and when you wonder where all these things are coming from, Sahara Reporter of all media, Sahara Reporter is calling something abduction, Arise TV is calling it. So the kind of area it's coming from can tell you what is really happening here. Okay, fine. Now they brought you before the court. The magistrate court refused to grant you bail. Why? Because they brought you to bail because before that court through bench warrant. And bench warrant simply means you didn't come to court voluntarily. So when people come and say, oh, it's a bailable offense, I ask them, how much do you practice this law? Particularly those senior lawyers that they don't really have serious practice. How much do you really practice law? If you come to court voluntarily and you are facing a bailable offense, court can even grant you offense based on what we call self-recognizance. Meaning that, okay, you are DELE Farotimi, we all know you. You have spent 27 years at the bar. We know you're not running anywhere. You're an activist in this country. By the way, he's not an activist as far as I'm concerned. They call him activist. I don't know how many people are saved from prison. He's doing land matters in Lagos. I don't know land lawyers as activists anyway. So, but that's by the way, he call himself activist and they call him activist, like Showore and all those gullible medias. Okay, you call him activist now, but they brought you to court not voluntarily. They actually compel you to appear before the court. Now that they have compelled you, your bail condition will be stringent. That's the procedure. And I wonder, seniors that are just making nonsense, all the professors I don't understand what they're talking about. And by the way, I've not met that one in court for more than a decade. I've been practicing. I've not met him in court before, so I don't know where he's practicing. So, but as a matter of fact, they should just pipe low. They are just ridiculing the profession that we all stand to gain a lot from. And if they are not ready to gain things from the profession, they should just leave the profession alone. Because if you are being compelled to come to the court, you refuse and they compel you, your bail condition is not going to be like somebody who comes to court voluntarily. And that's natural. Everybody know, because you are more than just somebody that later, if we release you, you may not appear in court. Okay, that's by the way. Now, they've released you on bail. Thank God. You've been able to get the bail condition and everything. So you are fine now because your bail condition has okay. But why coming out and be making some emotive, statement? Oh, you are fighting evil. You're fighting evil. This monster you are fighting are not there. Come on, sit down. You're going to have your day in court. There's nobody believe in your sentiment any longer. You said you have never lied against anyone. Then come and defend yourself. It's very simple. Maybe when you finish your defense and the court acquits you, yes, maybe everybody will hail you. I will join. I will be probably one of those who will hail you by then and say yes. But we need that evidence. If you don't have that evidence, don't tell us some general sweep. Everybody just talk. Oh, judiciary is corrupt. Judiciary is corrupt. And those that don't even understand simple definition of what judiciary is about, just follow their sweepy statement and say judiciary is corrupt. You can't use that as a defense in court. And I keep saying it. Lawyers and scholars, they live and die by evidence, not sentiment. Bring out your evidence, and that is what people is going to believe. And it's so funny that I heard him today say God told him sometimes ago. So he has become prophet. DELE has become prophet now. Same DELE that at 2021 said God will not save Nigeria. So now God told him something.
I didn't know he was actually a religious person. That caught me off guard as well.
Religion. I said as at 2021, he told us clearly. I follow this guy. He said God will not save Nigeria. So now I suddenly remember God, like many of them that will go to detention and be carrying Bible everywhere. I used to have clients like that now. They take their born again just to get out of this thing they have. So, one man, for me, DELE is going to have his day in court. But something very interesting you should look at is the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee. Today, they dismiss Afe Babalola'S and co. The application filed by Afe Babalola'S and co. to disbar DELE. Now, why did they dismiss it? First thing, that thing should signal to you that DELE's assertion that Baba is in control of the profession is a lie to even start with. If that is true, such LPDC, that is the hallmark of disciplinary body in terms of Nigerian Bar Association, would sway in Baba's opinion, right? Favor. But they didn't even waste time in dismissing Baba this and said, look, two of you have you go to court and have it. Although I disagree with the content of that decision because there are so many other decisions where they've weighed in to protect the profession, but probably they just felt, this thing with all this is becoming too messy. Why do you want to put ahead? And also, after all, the NBA president has released statements at the initial stage when they arrested DELE, and everybody knew where he pinched his tent, which is with DELE. And I know where that is coming from. Is from the obedient space. That's Mazi Alpha Musigwe. Is the obedient to those obedient guys. That's the president of Nigerian Bar Association from the southeast of Nigeria. That is the hot pot of obedience. So, as far as I'm concerned, everything is still coming from the obedient space, and he's the man in charge of all these things. Okay, the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee is part of MB and all this. So, to tell you that the kind of influence DELE wants us to believe that this old man is having on the profession, it's just a facade. It's just from his own fringe of imagination. He lost a land matter, and he believed because Baba was involved in that matter, then Baba must have influenced him. And unfortunately, again, I told I personally to an extent involved in this. Unfortunately, again, DELE Farotimi did not even involve deeply in that matter. He only represented one estate management like that. He didn't even appear in any of all these cases. He just heard those things and just went to court and started making all those things. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the point. Justice Isaac Bello, we know him in Abuja. That's the guy that they said he headed the LPDC. Just to let you know that all these things show that there are people that don't even favor Afe Babalola'S weight or anything in the profession. It's a law profession. It's a law profession that is full of many people, rag bag everywhere, activists, so one man will be controlling it. Can people I don't know how people reason. Sometimes some Nigerians these days, I don't even try to rationalize the way they reason. Because there are a lot of depression going on in that country. Even for those who are Nigerians who are in diaspora, there are a lot of women that have mental health issue. So you don't understand. You don't want them to reason normal again. Because I can use a law profession that belongs to people from different backgrounds, people one man will just be the one that to be. And the question you want to ask yourself again is that, does Afe Babalola and co, do they win all their cases in court? The answer is no. There are so many cases they lose in court. So if it's in control of Supreme Court, why are they losing cases in court? They lose cases. The most recent one we can still remember was Diri. Afe Babalola was the one who represented Abaeza, that they wanted to remove that governor. He lost that case. That's as recent as maybe 2-3 years ago. He lost that case that even the Supreme Court even awarded cost of about 20 million or so for against him, that shouldn't appear before that court again. Why is he bringing that kind of application? So have they forgot, or did they have dementia? Does Nigerians have dementia that they forgot that this man lost a case just how many years ago? So why is somebody coming and saying he's the one controlling the same court that ruled against him? And he has been losing cases. There was another one Adelunga case. So let's leave all these things, and then so people, I don't expect people to reason normal again. That's my conclusion about human beings now. People have a lot of mental issues that Nigerians think they don't exist, and it does exist. So even when they come to your platform, you see them in the comment section and they are commenting. Just take them like maybe one infant somewhere, or somebody who have one juvenile delinquency somewhere, and he's talking and he's typing, he's enjoying himself in his bed. So you don't expect that. One man, that's about that. Let me go to the next issue. As much as I can take. I know you gave me 5 minutes, but let me go to Tinubu issue. You see, it is funny, and I agree with the last speaker. Can anybody hear me? One man, can you hear me?
We all can carry on. We all can. We're all listening.
Thank you. Let me go to this Tinubu issue, and I agree with the last speaker that it's somehow funny, that with all the noise, particularly I will single out Arise and Abati, with all the noise of Abati, Abati, if Tinubu is not really sick, he should come and appear here. Oh, why is Tinubu flying to France? The man is sick. The man cannot hold even a cup of They brought a woman. They say my wife was the one who brought one that said, "Oh, I met Tinubu personally. Tinubu cannot even hold a cup of glass, a glass of cup. That's why he's doing. Tinubu cannot even walk on his own. Tinubu cannot even make a 2-minute speech that is coherent." If you remember all these rhetorics during election, and the Abati and all them Ayo and all the Rufai nonsense, they will be hedging the woman home, hedging her home, to just try to be able to show narrative of Tinubu is sick, he can't even reason. Does the man that spoke today look like them to somebody who cannot even reason? And especially, and I don't know, even Abati, the kind of question, the kind of rhetoric question he will be asking in his studio. Why was it that when he now faced Tinubu now, he cannot even understand that question again? Or he can't even ask that question? It was him as I was talking about yacht. Oh, they bought yacht for so much. What does Tinubu need? Why would Tinubu go with Sheyi? Tinubu traveling everywhere around. What's stopping from asking those questions? Oh, why did they buy new airplane? After all, that old airplane is still working during Jonathan's time. Why is Tinubu using Beast? The most expensive car the president is using in the world? All those things. First lady budget. Why is this and that? Niger Republic, why are they fighting Niger Republic? And all those things, all those narratives, they feed their gullible listeners outside there. Why was it now that you're facing Tinubu? You can't even coordinate yourself and ask all those questions. I give kudos to Maokbe, I give kudos to Baba Titojo and all those few ones that ask questions that make sense and try to dig a bit. So when people come and say, because as far as I'm concerned, that media shall look very boring to me. Let me tell you, look very boring to me, because they didn't ask Tinubu challenging questions that are challenging.
Yes, nothing new came out of it. I think it was
Nothing.
more of a reassurance, sort of an engagement, because a lot of conversations around his policy, so they are now hearing from him directly, just really to give the impression that he knows what he's doing.
So that's the way I see it. So when people come and say, "Hey, it's burning, what's Tinubu doing?" So Tinubu should set question for himself and answer it. And people can't reason again, or is people not really thinking again? And they say it's because Rufai Hussaini is not there. Okay, so Rufai Hussaini is now the owner of Arise. Does Arise not have a boss? Is it not the boss that will determine you to go? So who to blame? They should blame Tinubu because Tinubu does not require results in, or the invitation they didn't extend it to Arise TV, or did they specify who should come? So sometimes people don't even reason again. That's why I'm saying I don't take many people serious again like that. And these days, if I realize that you are not even educated enough to reason normal at the level that I reason, I just leave you alone. Because it's a waste of time for me and waste of my training and everything to be wasting on you, trying to make you to understand the basic thing that ordinarily you should understand. So that's the way I see it. During Obasanjo's time, we had boring media when we had those ones also that were very, very, very interesting and very agitating. So maybe this is one of these. Is the first one we're having, and the problem is that we have journalists who are not even probably I don't know their problem. They didn't ask interesting question to agitate demand, and so nothing. They had 1 applause there, and everybody, or 50 minutes or so, and everybody went through. But one or two things I think I need to point out in this speech, as far as I'm concerned, is that it's a reassurance of Wike, because they put Wike as an example, and I keep telling people, if we go to Abuja, if we don't sit down there in that your space where you sit and you'll be tweeting all those rubbish about Nigeria, where you tweet and you'll be telling us about how people are hungry in Nigeria, but you have never stepped yourself in Nigeria in the past 2 years, but you know what is happening in Nigeria because you sit by Instagram and WhatsApp. If you can reason well, or go to Abuja, you understand what Wike is doing in Abuja. I can remember vividly during El-Rufai time, they labeled El-Rufai all sorts of names. But until the guy left the office, till today, people keep seriously refer to El-Rufai and say, the best FCC minister we've ever had, El-Rufai. But when he was there, nobody appreciated what he was doing. Why? Because he was offending the elites. I see some of them running around now, picking the Jadeyono, and they are using it to attack me. Okay, because they are taking over this, they are demolishing this, they are demolishing that. Yeah, that's federal capital territory for you. Not everybody must live in the federal capital territory. So if they give you land, they allocate land to you, they expect you to build that land within XYZ years. You can't keep it because you are doing investment. You are in FCT, go to your village and buy land for investment. So if you are in FCT, if they give you they allocate land to you, you should build that land and develop it. That's what the man is saying. And if you have any evidence against the man that the man has probably got a land that is not using it for, well, then let us have it and let the public have it rather than employing the Jade and all those ones to be doing what they've been doing. That's one man for me on Tinubu media speech and Wiki. Lastly, I would like to speak about Oriyomi Hamzat and Queen. I don't know why they charge them to court. I still keep asking myself, okay, why do you charge them to court? For what now? What offense? Apart from the fact that I don't, I keep saying it, I don't respect any of these NGOs we are running in Nigeria. You want to give people food, yes. People will say it's humanity, yes. As far as I'm concerned, in most cases in Nigeria, it's not humanity. They are just doing business. NGOs in Nigeria is business. They are all doing business. All those ones that are monitoring election, na lie. Just go to what do you call this website? Go and look at what funding they are drawing from EU and United Nations. That's when you know that they are all businesses. All of them. All of them. You see, many of our politicians now, they've turned themselves to NGO owners. I don't know if you have noticed that now. They are not NGO owners. Once they retire from active politics, once they tell us they retire from active politics because their political party has lost, then the next thing they will start doing now is to be doing NGO. It's either they are doing NGO to be monitoring election, or they are doing NGO to be doing statistics on budget and all those things. And they are the one they'll be inviting on channels and everywhere to be talking. They are the one conducting opinion poll to tell you that one government will fail. They will never conduct opinion poll to show that their own political party when they were there will fail. That is the kind of NGOs we have in Nigeria now. So back on those ones that you see them distributing food is business. And that's why when people say, oh, the Queen, why should the Queen? But the Queen was doing business. So why will you say, oh, Oriade Komasun, Oriade Koma, Oriade o? Oriade in those days will not be doing all those things these people do now. Oriade in those days will stay in the palace, right? not to be doing business. The NGO, as far as I'm aware, there is business. They dog grant. If they have not collected funding now, one man, they are strategizing for funding. And how do you strategize for funding? You gather crowd, you take pictures, you interview, they grant you interview, you print brochure, and you show track record of what you have been doing. And before you know it, 1 or 2 years, if you keep pushing, EU will release something to your pocket. That's what many NGOs do. And that's why it's so funny when you see them in India, say, his NGO is running, they are giving people food, they are distributing this thing to widows. I say, it's business. You people are just gullible. Can't see where they are drawing fund from. They're just doing business. And nobody is monitoring them. Who is monitoring them? If they tell you they fed 10,000 people, EU will say, yeah, it's the truth because we see the picture and everything. They send 10,000 to them, and you see Queen tomorrow and all of them enjoying their life. There's another one now that they call a human rights radio. What do you call that one? Oh, he's resolving people's evil. He's drawing fund. When we brought Showore home here, it was the same thing. But somebody help us to pull it and say, see, the money has collected already from Makoto. So they are all like that. And so my problem is, yes, you gather people. And they said, I've seen them now. They said that they were only expecting 5,000. They didn't know self-managed people. I laugh. So if you are expecting 5,000 children, so your brain should not tell you that parents will bring those children. If you are expecting 5,000 children, let's even say 5,000 children are peers. The implication of that is that at least one parent will bring one child, right? They won't come on their own. That is minimum of 10,000 people, minimum. So do you know what 10,000 means? So in Nigeria, sometimes I don't know even how the way 10,000. You need crowd control. You will need traffic control. You will need a law to manage 10,000 people, children and adults. And we know the way our space is. You're bringing 5,000 children that age 10, age 12, age 13, they take their younger ones around in Nigeria. They take their younger ones to school. They take taxi. So if you are expecting 5,000 people, be sure that the 5,000 that will be bringing them, you even have some who are less than 16 among them, who are underage in the real sense, coming also, to bring them in. So at the end of the day, I believe that program was poorly managed. The fact that they are not expecting so much like that, I don't believe in that. And blaming government for what? Why are you blaming government? Yeah, there's hunger in the land. Yes. So is that why you are blaming government? Did hunger just start in Nigeria today? You're telling me years back when there was stampede in Abuja Stadium, there was no hunger in the land back then. So for me, one man, and I realized that our people, apart from government not valuing people's life, I realized that leaders, in all fairness, when I say leader, not necessarily political leaders, we don't also value people's life. You remember, and we don't take assessment of all this. Go and watch it. You see this thing, it will just go before you know everything will die down. When we're all in Nigeria when late TB Joshua was building that thing and the whole thing collapsed and killed so many people. Where is that case today? Magistrate called Lagos and Pachola went there, we make all the noise. But because we don't value life, we've forgotten about it. Even if any people are talking about it today, long time ago, why are you still dealing with the case? But in this country where I am, I still saw one leaflet recently. They said the person died, the person was killed or something like that in 1976. They are still distributing and flyer they put 30,000 pounds on the head of whoever can give them any information of somebody who died, who they killed mysteriously sometime in 70s. They're still looking for more evidence. If you can have it, bring it. That's a country that values life. So we need to value our life by you bringing children. Management should be risk assessment should be put in place. Crowd management should be put in place. Road safety should be put in place. Private security to complement the public security you're putting in place, and health and safety. In case something happens, do you have medical team around and all those things? But the organizer didn't put all these things in place, and that happened. The question I still ask myself, okay, so what crime have they committed now under our laws? I don't know. Maybe they'll fabricate one in your state. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned for now, I don't know the law. It's just okay. Put Oriyomi Hamzat because that one said don't get enemy too much. Okay, put Oriyomi Hamzat there. Okay, find just one charge against them. Let everything die down. Then we go. Risk assessment we don't do. Why that thing happen? How can we prevent it in future? Don't do that. We don't do jack, and then everybody go back normal, and everybody is doing their own. Lastly, one man, there's a saying I believe in. Somebody said it. He said, "It is not that Nigerian hate oppression. It is only that Nigerian hate not being the one oppressing others." And that is where I see Nigerians. When you see Nigerians criticizing, just give them chance to be there. You will realize that all what they criticize opposite exact thing they do. Thank you, woman, for having me. Thank you, everyone. On the Speaker of Lagos State, I don't have much to say. What I think that I think the allegation is bogus. I think it's funded. And we've had our fair shares in Nigeria. And we have example. I remember during Onogen time. That was how they told us Onogen had 18 billion in his account. And they used interim order to remove that man. Today, every fact has shown that Onogen didn't even have up to 5 million naira in his account. But that was how they brought out bogus this thing. Use Sahara Reporter and all those useless medias that we have, that businessmen call themselves media, to move Onogen from office, bringing different personalities to come and be talking about them and cancel that man, and remove that man. But today, what's happening? So when I see bogus allegations like that, I don't believe all these things. They are just bogus. As far as I'm concerned, they should come and prove it. If it's against him and if you want to jail him, they should jail him. I'm fine. Merry Christmas to you.
All right, brilliant. So thank you, Ogbeni. So that was Ogbeni. Do we have the progressive? All right, brilliant. So thank you to everyone. I was hoping for it to be an early and short one, and it has been an early and short one. Let me mention the super chatters. So that's Choma right there. Thank you, Choma. And that's Choma again. That's Choma. Still only Choma brought our wallet today, and that is Olatunbosun, who are sticking with that theme of the freedom for DELE speak. So thank you, everyone. Only remains there for me to wish you a Merry Christmas. I'll catch you on the next one. Good to see Baba Akure. Thank you, everyone. See you later.